Hi, everybody. Here we go. Hey, we're waiting for Matty Tarot to come in. I'm Debbie Duncan, and we're going to be doing free readings tonight. And so I want to say hi to some of the people that have gathered already. Hi, Sasha, Yasmina. How are you? Laura, hi. Come on in and say hello. So I believe this is Wednesday. Wisdom Wednesday. And so we're going to be doing giving out our wise advice and doing readings for you. Our readings are free. How's everybody? Everybody good? Middle of the week? Is it getting any easier? It's hot here. Is it hot where you are? I'm good, Laura. Oh, you guys, by the way, um, Mirabelle, Milton, and the Button Fairies. This series that I'm doing, this is a proof, that's why that's across there, is now published and out for sale. And the second one should be published next week. So I've been busy writing. You have a heat wave in California. Well, I'm in San Diego, and we are under advisory through tomorrow evening. So but it's not really, you can't compare it. It's like 87, 88, somewhere in that, or up to 90 here as you go inland. But the rest of the country, it's really, really hot. And so I feel for everybody. Texas not having electricity and things like that. So I have a really good friend in Texas. She was in the eye of the hurricane, went right over her. And I was talking to her when her generator went out. So hopefully everything's good there. Massachusetts, very hot. Okay. Hi, is it Moo? Matty should be here in a few minutes. We were off because he had an opportunity to go take a little vacation. So I didn't. I wrote. I just sat and wrote. So anyway, that's what's new here. And so, okay, you guys, so post your questions. Hi, Carlos, good friend Carlos. And let me just go over a little bit in case somebody's new. Our rules and guidelines and stuff are written in the description of our shows. We would love it if you would go and subscribe to YouTube Psychic Fixes, and which would be really great if you would do Matty Tarot so we can bump up his viewership there. Facebook, you can like me there, Psychic Fixes. So you have to be 18 or older to get a reading. Readings are for entertainment only. No health, no legal questions, and that includes pregnancy. We are tight on time, so we don't do mediumship here. So there wouldn't be, if you were to ask about a grandmother or something like that, we wouldn't be doing that here. We're going to use our divination tools and our psychic abilities and give you answers. So you can ask a question. Now, I look into the future. So I can look in 3 months, July, August, and September for you, or a particular month this year. Whatever month, I can look at that for you. A general reading, we can do that. Matty has lots of tools to use. He uses charms, dice, oracle cards, tarot cards, little tiny cards, and a pendulum. So if you have a yes/no question, he can look at that for you. Okay, so these are free readings. Everybody, though, if you want to donate a tip to either Matty or I, we have our own pay links live in the description or scrolling underneath. Okay. Matty, you can also go and book a private reading. He does more than just readings. He clears houses. He does the chakra thing, all those little things. He can do all those things. So if you go to his YouTube channel and that link down there, you'll be able to see all the things that he provides. Okay. So Mystic Bond, hi, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. We really appreciate that. So we're going to try to get to everybody that we can. And Sasha, one of the things we ask is not to write a person's name, their proper name in your question, because we're going to put it live up here. And we don't really want to out anybody. So if you could put person of interest, ex, relative, something like that, we'll connect to that energy and that would work for us. But if you want a chance, you guys, to get a reading, don't put anybody's name in it. Mystic Bond, you're here from Italy. Hi. If you need a reading, please go ahead and write what you'd like to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start before Matty gets here so we can get as many done as we can. And since I've been off and not doing readings, I finished all my readings on Monday and decided I was going to, do my writing. And so I put my cards away. So let me get them out. Here we go. So I just used the Rider Waite deck, you guys. And this is the one I teach. So this is the one I always use, is this deck. So if Matty comes in, I'm going to keep just doing the reading. And is it Biba? Thank you for coming from Italy. Oh my goodness, you guys. Thank you, Sasha. Okay, I'm going to just grab someone here. Kinsenia, you just said person of interest. Did you have the rest of a question there? Or you could say, I'd like to know what this person thinks of me, and it's a person of interest or something. Could you write a little bit more there? Now, let me tell you this little secret, you guys. We get a lot of comments and posts, and it's really hard. We go back and forth and we grab people and we do the readings 1, 2, 3, 4. It's hard for us to go back up and look for your requests. So keep posting. Don't spam us, but keep posting your requests so that we can see it easier, okay? Because we randomly draw. There's no list. If you don't get a reading tonight, we're here unless we have a vacation spontaneously. We're here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Just go to the next show and just say, hey, I didn't get a reading. You didn't get a chance to give me a reading last time, or I'm new, whatever. And we'll try to take you. Okay. So let's see what we have here. Hi, Katrina. How are you? Okay. Let me just kind of see. Well, guess who's here?
Hi.
The man of the hour.
How are you?
I'm good, but I strained my throat yesterday. I was really worried about having it today, but it seems to be okay.
Oh, no. Well, I'm glad you're feeling okay.
I know. It was like, what?
I hate that when you're like, I can't speak.
Well, that's just because I kind of, yelled and not yelled, but I coughed really loudly. And then I go, shoot, that wasn't a good idea. So I went through all the kind of rules and all of that, told people all about you. I believe you got a subscriber. And we have people from Italy and all kinds of things. So it's exciting.
Hi, everybody. I'm glad you're here today. Sorry we missed you on Monday.
I told them that you got a little vacay.
Yes, I was camping. It was fun.
That's great. So not Mystic, we're Wisdom Wednesday today. So we're going to be wise and wonderful.
Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday.
I'm going to just click someone and let me work on this. And you can just, chat or say hi or whatever. Or tell everybody what tools you're going to use. And let me connect to Laura.
Okay. Well, today I've got my my Archangel Power Tarot. And I'm probably going to incorporate some charms and inner guidance messages. And that's really it. I might, the crystal cards as well. I have, the different crystal cards. And as always, if you have a yes or no question, you can just put it in the chat and we'll do the pendulum for it. Excuse me. Hi, everybody. I'm seeing everybody say hi. Oh, hello. So I'm going to pick somebody. Who's next? Jenna Lynn says, it's very hot here in Massachusetts. How hot? Massachusetts, that just sounds like a state that would get really hot. But how hot is it in Massachusetts right now?
Okay, I'm getting my cards down. I just, this week I got a 5-star review, which is the highest where I do readings you can get. And it said I was the best future reader, telling the future.
I love that. That's great.
That was really neat.
You know, 5-star, the reviews on Google are so helpful when somebody leaves yeah, everybody, if you guys get a, you know, if you're moved by a reading that we give you, go to Google, and maybe we should like put the links up. We'll get to that eventually. But I mean, you can type in Matty Tarot or Psychic Fixes on Google. It'll come up, and leave us a Google review, 5-star Google review. It's very helpful for not only exposure, but it draws in, you know, Google's algorithm sends it out that way to other people, and it's almost, I mean, actually, yeah, not almost, it is. Every time somebody leaves me a 5-star review, I get an influx of new clientele that would like to get a reading. So it's very helpful.
That's great. Okay, I'm ready to start, Laura. You have some stuff going on too. The card that represents you is a little bit about taking time to really think about your future. Like, it's time, I've got to figure it out. I'm going to take time to pro-con, whatever. And that's a good thing. I do get for you, or this could be somebody you know, or somebody coming in, I get a very strong personality. So when I get the Queen of Swords, I get somebody that's got a good personality. It's, you know, more dynamic. I get just the theme of what's right and wrong. Very intelligent woman, a compassionate woman, but still no nonsense and very strong opinions, strong personality. So this can be you. Fine, you know who you are in the tarot. If not, somebody will come in. This is a great person to be a good friend as well. In the future, I want you to sit on your money a little bit. Don't spend it. Sometimes when I get this, it means it takes money to make money. So we are looking through the end of September. So past that, watch your money spending. Past position, I feel like you were challenged, hard to go forward, don't want to go backwards, kind of hanging in there. They are showing me for July, harmony and partnership. Now, when I get this card and it's the 2 of Cups, it usually means that we enter into a partnership. We're getting along with someone. Can be relationship, can be medical, it can be business. So I really do feel like we've got a partnership that starts anywhere from, it already did for a couple more days. Mid to end of July, I feel like you're like indecision. I don't see clearly. It's not a huge stuck card, but still, it's like I need to make a decision. Not quite sure what to do. When we get into August, I get a lot on you. And I got this card mid to end of August, which is sensing a loss of some kind. I took more cards because I want to know some hints about this. It has to do with someone that may give you, and a female that may give you some financial advice, and it's waiting for some kind of results, thinking you're going to have a big success with this. So here we have a cautionary time for you. If someone steps in, it's a female, she's giving you some advice, you already have a lot going on. I get that you're going to get a sense of loss with this advice. So be very careful in August. In September, what happens when you suffer that loss is that you go like, okay, now I got the big decisions in front of me to make. And that's even harder to make those decisions. Always ask your guides to help you with those decisions, or even the archangels, like clear your path. And you want to be able to make the right decisions and make it pretty fast. But I have some difficulty here after this sense of loss. I do get that you are going to start and have some success mid to end of September with an entrepreneurial effort. So here you have this chance to do something on the side or your own business or something. Going into that, I get a lot of success. Okay. So you have a lot going on. I had taken an extra card, and that was by accident, but I put it down. And so we'll call this the ultimate outcome card. On the path that you are right now, I see you ended up super stuck at the beginning of fall. We're going to be going, I can't do anything, or I have no control over this. So here was my prompt to tell you, let's get out of this. So I would immediately, especially before in the next few days, start manifesting for everything that you want to come in, everything that you want. Use the law of attraction. Get a hold of me at psychicfixes at gmail if you want a free digital copy of my manifesting book. Okay? Because I would manifest that things go a little bit easier in August, and that you are already forewarned of someone that might step in with financial information that may give you a loss. So correct that. Okay. And then you should be okay. It should fall in a little bit, and the rest of the stuff will be a little bit easier for you. I do really like the end of the September that says you have an entrepreneurial effort, by the way. So we want to keep that, because that means some money and success comes in for you. And that's what I have for you, Laura.
That was lovely, Debbie.
Thank you.
Ksenia Gilman says, I love camping. Me too. Me too. It's so fun. It's like some people absolutely, but I've heard some people are like my sister actually hates.
We're losing your I hear you cracking up. Do you guys hear that?
Oh, are you able to hear me better?
I heard that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hopefully it doesn't continue to do it. But okay, so let's see. I've chosen Mystic Bond. It says me and him were very close. Then we had several problems because of other people, and it ended. I walked away. I would like to know how he feels, if there's a chance to resolve this situation. So, Mystic Bond, I don't see it's not telling me here whether or not there is a chance for you to resolve the situation, but what it is saying is that you made the right choice in walking away. You have chosen yourself when you found out someone else wasn't choosing you. And that's an assertment of your power, power in self, and of your confidence in self, and of the way you value yourself. So that's very, very, how do I say? There's a ripple effect that comes from this. That's it's crucial, and it's very pivotal in your life, in the way you are going to um, handle relationships from this point on. So I do have a message here. Seek out other possibilities, to look for the magic in life, and to take time, as you already are, to become more aware and mindful of your own emotions, understanding where they stem from. A lot of the times we have, these surface level explanations for things, such as like, well, I'm just annoyed. And then it's like, oh, well, why? Well, because it just annoys me. It bothers me. There's no reason but that's not true. So, and this is just an example. I'm not this isn't specific to your situation, but that's not the full truth, right? It's like, because annoying or angry, are mad. These are very surface level emotions. That you don't have to do much digging or much detective work or introspection to reach that conclusion. It does not involve any sort of, examination, let's say, other than this thing's making me angry. Like, well, why does it make you angry? What's the association you make with the behavior or the action or the words that are being said? What does what's happening mean to you, and how do you relate it back to yourself, and how are you identifying with it? Is there something within you that already existed that has caused you to have this perspective? Because we are projecting our perspective back out onto the world always. And is that where it's coming from? I'm not saying that this is what happened in your situation, but as you, it's a marker of your emotional intelligence and the way you are growing, because not only did you choose self and have enough emotional intelligence to say, you know what, this situation's not right for me. I'm gonna walk away. And it's normal to doubt that. So you may be sitting there and doubting it, like you said. You like, I want to, is there a chance to resolve this? And you could very well want to resolve it, but I think part of you also knows that, I mean, I do believe in second chances, and people should always have a chance to rectify their mistakes and to um, do the right thing and do right by you. But you can't give so many. And part of you, I think, knows that it's kind of like just this hopeful fairy tale thought that you're having, that this would be turned around in such a way, because this person has shown their character, or shown their ass, if you will. But here's the good news. You are rewarded for choosing yourself. And now when you meet someone new, love and blessings are going to fill your life. There will be harmonious relationships, not only with, your friends and such, but in love as well. There's I'm getting a happily ever after story. And of course, nothing is ever so perfect, right? People think relationships are like, oh, rainbows and butterflies, and we're going to skip through and never, the person who's right for me, we're never going to get mad at each other, and we're never, no, that doesn't happen. That's not real life. That's Disney. That's fairy tales. So, you know, conflict happens, all these things happen, but happily ever after is you're going to find somebody who corresponds with you well, who values you, who sees you, who understands you, who takes the time to understand you when they don't understand you, and who apologizes and takes accountability for their mistakes. And, they will be made. However, they will not be made in such a way that it's so compromising to your own values, morals, ethics, and such. You know, so that, I personally don't consider um, cheating a mistake. It's a pretty deliberate action. There's a lot of steps and involved, and decisions made in order for that to happen. So that's not just a mistake. But continue to make bold and ambitious choices. There's great progress coming to you. And a very important relationship coming in your life, like I said, with somebody who shares your vision. Okay. And also, here's a plus: they take care of you well. It says material needs get fulfilled in unexpected ways. A lot of acts of kindness, and so you just continue receiving and giving with a grateful heart. This is coming to you. Okay, there is a better course of action available, and you have chosen the right path. Your two crystal cards are Sodalite and Amber. So Sodalite says, this beautiful stone enhances meditation and opens the spiritual plane, making it easier for you to understand and explore. When you are deep in meditation, Sodalite promotes self-acceptance. Trust in your actions that follow. I'm sorry, trust in your actions that follows you in your everyday life. I'm sorry, I read this all wrong. It promotes self-acceptance and trust in your actions that follows you in your everyday life. And then amber, actually fossilized tree sap and not technically a stone. Amber has been on Mother Earth for thousands of years. Its warm, fiery color brings on feelings of peacefulness and inner warmth. It has a grounding energy that helps you look inward. So, like I was saying, you're choosing self, you're accepting self, and you're going inward, and you're really learning more about you. And I think you'll come to find, once you go within, you really, oh, here's it there. You really you are good enough. Nobody, this person's actions meant nothing about you. It had everything to do with their character and how they feel about themselves. Nothing have not you, not because you weren't good enough, not because you didn't say this thing or the right thing or do the right, you know what I mean? So, and you come to find this as truth, and you stand in this truth, and that's really good, and that allows you to detach from the situation that of which that no longer served you. Okay, that's all I have for you this evening. Thank you.
I had to unmute. I'm going to be doing Nettie P. Let me get her up here. There we go. Oh, you can see my shirt. Never trust an atom. Do you know why?
Why?
They make everything up. Did I say that? They make everything up.
I love
You know,
it.
it's corny.
I love it.
Okay, here we go, Nettie. I pulled out like a general reading for you, Nettie. So when I get the High Priestess card first, I'm usually calling out a professional psychic because this is my super psychic card. If I get it first or fourth position, I got somebody that's very psychic. And if it were coming in the fourth position, that would be the past. So I go, oh, been psychic. So I get a lot of strength here and psychic ability. So you have the power, Nettie. Use it. I love that. Crossing you in temporary energy, if you're, this is like a manifesting in, is the world card, which is getting your desires, reaching your goals, making a change for the better in your home, your career. Sometimes it means we're traveling the world. This is the energy that you're manifesting in to have all those things come in. So you're doing the right thing. In the future, I want to tell you just a little caution not to, chase after stuff or rush into anything or any decisions or any deals. Just kind of let some time go by and really know you want something. And don't rush into anything, okay? Especially the big decisions. Just for a while, I want you just to be a little caution going on here. Past position, you may have gotten a little good news, so that's great. Now, they're showing me fond memories of the past. Sometimes it means you got a gift, or we're just remembering sweet memories or marking a special date. So it does show me that. It shows me also waiting for some money, like maybe you're waiting for a certain amount of money to make or to have, or you have a goal. Well, this card means that there is an extended wait for that money to come in. So manifest for it to come in when you want it. But it does say, it's a kind of a pile of money. And if it's a certain quota that you want or whatever, there's a wait for that. I get a big change in your life coming. You have the card of transformation. It may be that you're going to learn something completely different. You're going to live a different lifestyle, but it's a very good change. Okay. Very, very good. Now let's talk about the Emperor card. The Emperor card is here. Usually denotes a mentor or a teacher, someone who can give good advice, someone that can show somebody how to do something. If that's you, that's a great skill to have. If not, somebody will come into your life that will teach you something super important or give you some great advice. Well, I do see this, even though I call it a healing card and going in the right direction and healing, I'm going to say I get a short trip for you. I also want to tell you your ultimate outcome card is strength. This means either you're strong and you're going forward, or I need to tell you to face your fears. Okay? So face your fears and be strong. You have a big positive change coming in your life. And either you're going to get some good advice or you're going to be helping others. And so I like that so much, Nettie. So that's your reading. Thank you so much.
That was lovely, Debbie.
Thank you.
Okay, I've chosen. Just wondering about some friends I had been hanging out with that seem like too much drama. Okay, well, let's see what's going on there. Okay. All right. Katrina, you may be feeling more disconnected from others around you because you are being called towards something. And you're being asked to take action. Or it could be possibly that these people you've surrounded yourself with, you may have found similarities, connections, interests in these people. However, I don't feel like you really could call any one of them a true friend. They're more like they're your friend. They were your friends, but were they a true friend? And maybe that is something that subconsciously was kind of eating away at you, or maybe like you said, it's like they seem like too much drama. Maybe there's behaviors or there are certain dynamics within this group, or within these people, the interactions that these people have that they just don't you don't resonate with. You're not feeling that energy. You don't you do, how do you say, I don't want to say it's beneath you, because that implies that other people are like less than, but in a way, I hope you understand what I mean when I say, it feels like it's beneath, you're like, that vibration's down here and I'm up here, so like I'm not gonna. So you need to you're being so ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load, to keep you company, to find a true friend in. And it could possibly even stem from how do you say, you could be possibly overthinking a bit, um and reading into things a little bit. There's this, maybe there's like a need to please others, or to like be viewed in a certain way, and this causes you this extreme anxiety surrounding certain interactions. That's not so strong here, but there is an air of that here. So if that resonates, then that's an undercurrent of this. However, what you're really being called to do is like, just you've invest the way you're going right now is that you've invested wisely. If you don't feel like they're right for you, or you don't want to really continue to interact with these people, or that maybe they, like you said, like maybe they gossip, or maybe they have just too much drama, and you're just like, just keep that over there away from me. I don't want to. It's just so hectic and stressful. You just have patience and trust that you've invested your time wisely in whichever path you take. Um, Also, you're being asked to keep your eyes on. So, how do I say this? You're more of a person you keep your eyes on the big picture, and you leave all the details. You leave all the little details to others. Like, there's some people that meticulously plan out every single thing, and then there's others that kind of just approach thing. Like I'm one of the types of people that just says, I just work out the details as I go, and I mean, it simply just works out. You figure it out, and that's kind of my approach to everything. I'm just like, we'll figure it out. It's not like, let's not spend so much time stressing about these certain things. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. And so things just continue to fall into place when you trust and believe and have faith that they will. So I feel like this group of people kind of like is more involved. Maybe they're a little judgmental. Maybe they're involved in other people's business, and it's kind of like what's I don't know who said it, but they said, there's different mindsets of people, and there's people who sit around and discuss other people are typically not the type of people you want to surround yourself with, because there's people that sit around and discuss, you know they like gossip and talk and judge and other people, and they're like, it's very it's low vibrational. And then there's people that sit around and they discuss ideas, and they could discuss concepts, and they discuss interests, and they discuss things that they enjoy, and they're not so concerned with other people, what other people are doing, and because I mean, it's none of their business. It's none of your business. So that I feel like that's the type of person you are, and this group of people was not. Um, this is unexpected. I don't know if you're already in a relationship, but if you are already in a relationship, expect to get much closer to this person and things to really get more serious, I guess. If not already serious, but or it could just be another level of connection where you feel much closer. Um, that's if you already are in a relationship. If not, then you have a very strong connection coming into your life. This is what it says, what you don't see coming. So don't give up on those that you love, or don't give up on finding love, or don't give up on feeling, if you feel like you could love somebody. Because when you meet somebody, it's kind of like, okay, I can see myself. Yeah, I can see myself with this person. I can see myself falling in love with this person. That's kind of how they say falling in love is, probably not a good thing, because you don't really you don't really look at all the things you need to look at, and you have these rose-colored glasses on. But walking into love and choosing, is this relationship right for me? Is this person right for me? Is this what I want? Am I communicating the things I want, making it clear? Are we on the same page? And do we both want the same thing? Or are we just, flying by the seat of our pants and like, la-di-da, just going with the flow? But, that never really works out that well. But in relationships, that is, because most of the time people have some sort of agenda. But um yeah, I do see somebody coming into your life that's very important. I see you distancing yourself from these people, and that's that. I mean, you meet new friends. Just have self-confidence, really. That's what's really important here. Let's see. You're two. Look at that. Believe in self, like I just said, have self-confidence and grace. Grace, grace, grace. Um don't hold any resentment against anybody. These, what's the, I don't know what you believe in, but there's this famous quote from the Bible. It's forgive them for what they do not know. And it's, sometimes most people are just acting based on, they're navigating their emotional world, right? And they're going off of what they have learned and know. And so when somebody is being a certain way, most of the time, large majority of the time, the person's not maliciously sitting there plotting, deliberately saying, I'm gonna be this nasty person and tear these people down and do this and that and that. Like, people aren't like that. People are just navigating their own emotional world and responding to their own emotions. So have, just keep in mind that things aren't personal. Just, if it's not for you, it's not for you, and that's that. And just have grace and move on, forgive, let go. But that's really all I'm getting here. People do-
We lost your voice.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. But we lost a lot. What you were saying was blank.
Oh, when?
Just your last sentence.
Oh, in the last sentence. But
Yeah,
the whole reading, it wasn't like that, right?
right.
Okay, good. Well, I don't remember about that my last. Oh, I said I'm gonna pull a crystal card and we'll leave you at that. But two came out here. So, you got kyanite. It says a very special stone that retains no negative energy and never requires. Kyanite is known to open the throat chakra and encourage self-expression, communication, and also,
We're not getting you.
really,
Yeah.
this is so annoying. Let me try and go out and back in.
Okay. So he's just going to pop out and just pop back in and hope that his audio will come back. Sometimes that's issues with, the internet and things like that. There he is.
Is this better?
Well, I can hear you.
Okay. Kyanite is a very special stone that retains no negative energy and never requires a cleansing. Kyanite is known to open the throat chakra and encourage self-expression and communication in our world and on the psychic plane. Also enhances hidden telepathic and psychic abilities. So again, just the negativity, you didn't want any part of it. So that's why kyanite's resonating with you. And ulexite or ulexite. It says, this clear, beautiful stone can magnify almost anything placed under it, bringing things such as visions and dreams into focus is one of its most powerful traits. Extremely useful in meditation. Gazing into the stone can help you see what is in another's heart. And that kind of resonates with what I was saying about there's a very significant relationship coming to your life, whether or not that's the next step with a current relationship or something, feeling more connected with somebody or just meeting somebody who you really hit it off with. But that's what's coming for you. So this could potentially be weeding out what no longer serves you, making room for what is coming. Okay? That's all I have for you this evening.
Thank you so much. So I have Angela. Angela, when I was doing your cards, I said, an angel's here. And then I go, I never look at it as an angel. I always say there's a spirit here for you. But it was actually an angel. And I'm going to say it was an archangel because of the way that they touched me on the back. And the last swipe that they gave my neck was just like when I was touched by an archangel long time ago. I was very upset that I was being touched by something. And I told my client, I'm sorry, I need to compose myself because some spirits here and touched me. And she was laughing. And I thought, well, that's kind of rude. And then she says, no, before I came in here, I told Archangel Michael to touch you on the face. And then I know that you're real. So I know that how that feels. So you had an archangel come in. All right, Angela, let's go ahead and start. The first card that comes down for you is the card of good news, wanting good news, bringing in good news, manifesting good news to come in. Crossing you in temporary energy is probably something coming in soon, is a little bit of messenger of love, romance, and good news. Little romance there. However, I don't see it in your reading, but that's just over you in temporary energy. You have a big card for the future, and that is my card of the Hangman. So for me, that's a card of destiny. It's a card of past lives. It's a card of soul contracts, all that kind of thing. So I wanted to know what lesson or experience you're going to be going through that I feel like is going to be quite a lesson for you. And I believe that's why an archangel came in. So in the future, and I don't have a timing on it, I just know in the future, this is what it's going to be about and your message. It's going to be about waiting for money, the family, and don't rush to conclusions. That's what's going to happen. What is your outcome? You've got every skill. You're multi-skilled. You could do so many things and you're so capable. Don't worry about this, but I'm going to tell you to be prepared for it. When we get this card and it says, well, you're supposed to go through this, even if you manifest, you need to go through this. So let's look at it again. It's about getting some money and waiting for some money, rushing into conclusions, having to do with family, but you're capable and you can take care of it. Okay. So you do have a major lesson coming up in the future. Past position, I feel like you had a lot on you, a lot to shoulder. Sometimes this is heavy burdens, but I just kind of like, okay, I had a lot going on. They're showing me for you, because we're going to look at 3 months. For now in July, harmony and partnership, getting along with someone. This can be relationship, business, family, whatever, but I get things going well. It can even be medical. So I feel like that's going well. Mid to end of July, I feel super stuck. I can't do anything. I'm not going forward. This is where you manifest to be able to keep going towards your goals and you're getting your desires. Keep going no matter what. when we go, oh, there's nothing I can do about this, my hands are tied to this or whatever. Okay, so we feel like we can't do anything. We have more places to go to get help. One is our spirit guides, ask them for help. The other is archangels, the angelics, ask them to help you. And the other thing is the law of attraction. Use that energy thing to go, get whatever you want. Be it I can't do this or I have no say in that. You're going to go ahead and change that up, okay? When I get to August, you get some money here, money that's yours. Sometimes it's an inheritance, sometimes it's a bonus, money being paid back somehow, a refund. So we do have this nice little chunk of money that comes in. I do get immediately you getting an idea though, and you're going to just do it. You're going to go after it. You're going to get yourself in a different direction, and you're successfully going to implement that idea. When we get to September, I get a brand new beginning for you. Make sure that you are using your intuition to guide you, that you're always looking forward and not having your heads in the cloud. Okay, you're going on this new path, know where you're going. I do get mid to end of September. This is a time where you go, I don't really trust what's happening or where I'm going. Always trust in it because you are making your own reality. Manifest for what you want, and you are going to know the direction that you're going in and what's going to happen. And that's what I have for you.
That was a lot.
Thank you.
Okay. That was that. Gotcha. Okay. So, my name is Michelle. Am I going to find? Well, Michelle.
Maddie, could you just kind of say a sentence?
The brown fox quickly jumped over the fence.
Okay, that I get. Before that, it's blank, word, blank. Talk slower, maybe.
Wait, how the sentence that has every letter in the alphabet in it? It's the brown fox quickly jumped over the lazy dog, or something. Is that a sentence?
Yeah, but you're cracking up just a little bit.
Okay. What I speak slowly.
You can do what I do, where I just throw the phone, I throw the remote. Today, I threw a loaf of bread. You know why? I got delivery, and they put the loaf of bread, and I just got bread not long ago, a few days ago, and it was squished, and they put it in with a gallon of water. So I was blowing off steam, and I sent it sailing through the family room, and it hit the ground, and I said, oh my goodness, why do they do this? Then I went over and picked it up, and I go, oh, and I laughed, and I said, it's absolutely fine. I don't know. Once in a while, we got to do something,
You know, wait, I have a similar story. So our dryer went out one time, and I'm like the type of person that's like, okay, wait, let's see if I can fix it before I have to go like do all this other stuff, all this extra stuff, right? Like, let's see if we can fix it. So I have the dryer taken apart, and I'm in the back of it, and I'm like doing all this stuff, and I'm trying all these different methods, and none of them are working. And then deep in this like forum, am I still breaking up?
No.
Okay. Deep in this forum that I found in like a blog, there's this one comment, and this comment says, I used to work for General Electric, and back in the days, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And an old tradesman trick is you take out I don't know what it's called, but it's this little piece. And he said, just take it out and slam it on the floor. And then you just put it back in. He's like, you don't need to buy a new one. You just take it out and throw it really hard onto the concrete. And I said, okay, let's try it. And so we take this piece out, and I throw it onto the concrete, and then we put it back in, and the dryer works.
Oh, lucky. Oh my gosh. That was a good guy. Good advice.
It was like, we had to do all this stuff. The answer was to just beat the crap out of it.
Oh yeah. That's what I do with the remote. I turned on the TV. It went to 100 in volume. And I'm like, wow. What do you do? Yeah. Now the world knows I throw things. Great.
I'm done. Okay. All right. So, Sag girl or Michelle. Yes, you will find love again, but right now's not the time. You need to heal more and kind of focus. Now's the time for you to focus on your stability and your financial stability, your career, your goals, and the things you want in your life, and just making an effort toward those things. Don't focus on finding the one or finding love, because it's funny. It's the way it works, but typically most people, they don't find it when they go looking for it so heavily. So it's always, if you're not, and it pretty much anyone will say this, every time anyone's ever gotten into a relationship, it's when they weren't really looking. They weren't really trying. It's like they just happened to meet somebody, and it's that's because that's just it's this energetic exchange that happens. But and actually, I'm sorry, I know the reason why. The reason why is because when you go seeking anything from a space of lack, like you're saying, I lack this thing and I need this because I'm lacking in this, and so this is a necessity. um that never works out, because think about it this way: you can't go to your bank account, you can't go to the bank and pull money out of a negative overdrawn account. There's nothing you can take. There's a negative amount of dollars in there. So it's the same way, and you can't manifest anything from a space of lack because you're looking at it all wrong. So this is a time for you to focus on you. And when you do meet somebody, when you do believe in yourself, when you do listen to your heart, when you do what gives you joy, you will meet somebody, and you will be asked to take a leap of faith, because it will require it. You may have some trust issues, um, and it's hard for you to take that leap of faith, but it is rewarding. There's the Five of Ariel here says you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. This is so important. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. If you don't know what a self-fulfilling prophecy is, look it up. It's actually mind-blowing much it is how much it play a role of a role that this plays in our life. um I had this realization one time of like everything is essentially a self-fulfilling prophecy, because our beliefs create our reality. And if we go look, when we believe something, we tend to look through that lens, and so that is what our reality becomes. And even if that's not what our reality is, it becomes aligned with it, because our own actions shift things to align with it, because we believe that, and so we're acting in that way, and it trickles down. It's this trickle down effect. So it goes: beliefs create thoughts, create feelings, create actions, create reactions. So your beliefs govern your thoughts, right? If you believe something, then you think a certain way, and you're thinking all these things. And then because you're thinking all these things, you start to feel a certain way, and you have these feelings that correspond with those thoughts. And because you have these feelings, you start to behave and act in a certain way. So you start to do this and do that and do this because of those feelings, because of those thoughts, because of that belief. And when you do all those actions, everyone else reacts, and you get back the exact thing you believed, and you go, see, I knew it all along. See, I knew it. And you don't realize that you've created it. Now, this is, use discernment with this. You can't blame you don't, it's not to, I don't say all this to say, oh, everything's your fault, blame yourself, da da da. That's not what I'm saying. But you have the ability to change your life with this, because if you change your beliefs, you change the rest. You change the thoughts, the feelings, the actions, and the reactions you get. So examine your limiting beliefs and the beliefs you have about yourself. Do you believe in yourself? Do you think you're worth it? Do you think you're enough? Do you listen to your heart and think you have a good heart. Do you think you're a good person? Do you do what gives you joy? Are you truly happy in doing these things? Or are you just trying to please somebody or appease someone or just doing it because you feel like you're supposed to? Examine these things. And again, you don't need to go through your current challenges alone. Talk to somebody. And I believe talking to somebody will help you to examine these things and how you'll start to make more sense of it. And then your life, I mean, you can change your life. It says right here, what you don't see coming, change your life. A sudden revelation that offers freedom. Break free from what was and embracing new opportunities that bring change and blessings to you. So, and then right under that is the sun, which is that's the happiest card in the deck. It's true happiness. So, here, I'll pull a crystal card and leave you with that. Let's see. Oh, you got Sodalite. So again, this already came out in in one of the readings today. It's the card that promotes excuse me, self-acceptance. So that's the theme of your reading. You must first accept self and become comfortable with yourself in order to find somebody that you're gonna hit it off with and have that true love with. Because if you're not comfortable with yourself, then you're not being yourself. And if you're not being yourself, then you're being something. You're being something else. You're putting a character and you're putting yourself. And when you do that, you can't maintain that forever. And the person that you present yourself as is not the authentic you. And so the person you're trying to date is not actually meeting you. And then all the issues come out later because you were presenting yourself in such a way and you're trying to play a character and it's not you. And then you find you're incompatible because so just be yourself. It's as simple as that. Be yourself, authentically yourself. It's the only way that you're guaranteed to meet somebody that actually values you and wants to be with you. Okay, that's all I have.
All right. I give some really good advice right now. Ksenia, I hope I said that right. You see numbers and wondering what it means, and always see whoever his name is. Okay, I have some information on that and what you should focus or pay attention to. So this is a deal for me. So many people say I see 10, 10, 11, 11, whatever. For me, it was always a number throughout my life, 909. 0909, 909, always. And I started seeing it later in life. Oh, I wonder what that is. What is this all about and all of that. So what I did is I thought about it and I said, now I always tell the other side what I'm doing so that we can work something out, how to do cards, this, that, and the other. I got a random numbers book, right? This goes to $9.99. And you can look up numbers, but you have to, this is how you can practice, this is how you can get a message, is that you go and you say, okay, spirit guides, we're going to start, this is what I did, using this book. So whenever I look for myself or a client or anyone, that this is going to be valid. All right. So I looked up 909. And at that time in my life, and I have it all 909 right there. Whenever I really throughout my life needed to know something, it was where am I going to do with my career? How do I get my career really going? Guess what it was? It says, put your entire focus on serving God's loving will through your career. Pray for and follow guidance about your career path. That was right on the money. So I'm going to suggest that you get yourself, you can make your own cards if you want, if you wanted to do 3x5 cards, but find a random angel number deck and a deck or a book. This is just a book where you could just look them up and start practicing and asking people, do you want an angel number? Do you see a number? Or do you just pick a number out if you want a message? And just tell whoever you use, your higher power, God, Jesus, archangels, angels, just got your guides. What are you doing? Whenever I get a number, somebody gives me a number to look up, it will be valid. Whenever somebody's seeing synchronicity, we're seeing numbers or names or whatever, whenever we look it up, and for me, it's this book for a number, that will be validation, and then start practicing. Now, let's talk about names. This is always happening to me. So for weeks now, I had a horrible relationship with my father. That's not, a secret. But the deal is, I said, when I walked away when I was 18 years old out of that house and I left him. That was it. I saw him before he died, but I just let it go. I go, we'll figure it out on the other side. I'm finished. I'm done. Well, what has happened in the last couple of weeks? His name was Edmund Ambrose. Everything I look at, it got so crazy. I screenshotted all this stuff, sent it to my niece, and said the whole family's names in this article. I'm getting Ambrose here. I'm getting Edmund here. I'm getting Edmund, Ambrose, and all these other names. And I sent them all to her, and I thought about it. And then I just started watching this young kid. Have you guys saw this young kid? He's just made a YouTube, little boy who's channeling from the other side. And I'm going, that kid gets it. He's making sense. Randomly, I thought, what is this all about with my dad's name? And randomly up came a reel. And here's this little boy that said, there are different persons on the other side. They're different people. They were mean, but now they aren't. They don't even really remember that part. And I just was like floored. I go, okay, so I'm getting communication from the other side. I'm going to say it's from my father. And this little boy answered it, because I said, no, I'm not going to forgive. I'm not going to forgive. And the deal is, the little boy said they don't remember. They don't remember they were mean. This was a lesson in their role in this lifetime. So I'm getting, if you're getting names, it's because there's a connection spiritually with that person. And if you're getting someone that's an ex, it's because you were probably in a past life, maybe married in a past life, or soulmates. So that's an important thing. So one thing to do is just ask the angels to give you a sign and bring you a message. And I believe that's probably, what you need to do. You're paying attention. You're getting the names. You're getting the numbers. Now ask the angels, the spirit world, to give you the answer. Anything from that, Matty?
Well, I just have a question. Did you forgive? Because did you giving because of that message?
Did I forgive? No.
Not yet.
No.
Still no. Okay.
I have a choice, and I have an understanding. The little boy gave me an understanding, but I always feel when everybody goes on and they say either the Bible said it or they always say forgive. You have to forgive. You have to forgive. I really led my life at 18 when I walked away. I let that go, and I didn't let it affect me at all.
Well, so that my next question was, what is forgiveness to you? Because there's these two there's the idea that people have a forgive. So what you're saying right now, that you let it go and you don't let it affect you and you moved on, to me that's forgiveness. So that
I get that.
I consider that.
To me it's different. It's a different forgive. When people say forgive, but they don't forget or whatever, and I'm just saying, no, I don't forgive that. I don't forgive the people when they do something bad. All the horrific things that happen. And I tend to think that when I'm on the other side, that's when there's, when we look at everything and we look at what people did and we figure out what it's all about. But I don't forgive in this lifetime. I'm not going to.
I mean, I just, like I said, there's different people look at it
Yeah,
different.
I like your way. That's pretty good.
I just think if you have let it go and
I let
you
it go.
don't carry it around and it no longer emotionally affects you, and you don't wish any ill will upon the person or whatever, but you just like, I don't want anything to do with that, you
Yeah.
know, that's forgiveness to me.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, what do you have?
I can only say that I let it go because I didn't want it to affect me or any of my relationships in my life. And I'm a very strong person. And at 18, I could take the step out of the house and leave it behind. And I feel for people that can't, you know, but
Yeah.
I have to stick with my answer. I don't forgive
No,
him.
and
No,
no, I completely get it, but yeah, I'm just saying, like, as long as you let it go.
I can't hear anything you're saying.
I think as long as you let it go and it no longer affects you, you don't carry it around, it's crucial. I always say, I always talk about, like, we have this backpack, people hurt us, and it's like they put a rock in our backpack, and it's like, we don't have to carry that around. We can put that down.
That baggage.
Exactly.
Correct. Yeah. No, I just let it go, and it was a very strange seeing him at the end. Very pathetic, skeleton, But I just at that point I did whatever I needed to do for him, as compassionate as a human being, and he passed away. And so and there we go. But I didn't really see him most of my life, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that stuff. Tough. Hey, we are past our hour.
I just want to say thank you to everybody who joined us, and we will be back on Friday. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard. So if we didn't get to you today, please tune in on Friday. Um, and for
I want to say hi to Classy. Hello, I'm new to this channel. We are at the we are past our hour, so we need to go. If we didn't get to you, please just come in on Friday, Fluid Friday. We're going to ask you what's in the cup. We're going to have a fun poll where Maddie gets to be crazy, and I have a lot of fun.
yes, please join us on Friday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard. And for
Okay.
a lot of people saying they're new to the channel, please, thumbs up the video. It helps tremendously. Please subscribe at Matty Tarot at Psychic Fixes. That's both at youtube.com/ at Matty Tarot at Psychic Fixes. Okay. And tell somebody, share the show. Okay. But we will see you on Friday.
Okay. Hi, Larissa. Okay, you guys. Bye bye. And we'll
Bye.
see you when it's finally Friday. Okay.